Hello everyone, this is Mob Spider. Hope you all are having a fantastic day today. And today I'm going to rank all of the mastery camos from Modern Warfare 3 from worst to best. Now, just as a quick reminder, this isn't going to include any of the event mastery camos like Billowing Blossoms from Modern Warfare 2. This is just the 16 completionist camos you get for getting your guns gold and platinum and all that sort of stuff. Keep in mind, this is my personal opinion, and I honestly don't think there's any camos that are downright awful, but there are some that I definitely think are better than others. So this list is entirely subjective, and without further ado, let's begin. So, in my opinion, the worst mastery camo in this game is going to be Platinum from Modern Warfare 2. Now, let me get one thing straight. Like I said earlier, I don't think any of these camos are bad, and honestly, this is miles above the one we got in Modern Warfare 2019. But in my opinion, it's not really that impressive by any means. So, it's this very shiny silver on most of the gun, but the accents are just basically this matte silver, and I just don't really think it looks all that good. And also with the cracks, it can actually be blurry in some spots, like as you're seeing in the gameplay, you'll see that some of these guns kind of have like a blur effect on the cracks, and I just think that kind of ruins the camo for me. And the number one reason as to why this is the worst, in my opinion, is because in order to get this, you needed to get long shots for every gun in the game. And no matter what grind it is, long shots are always just the most annoying part of the grind. And just going for long shots wouldn't be too bad if the camo was rewarding, but in my opinion, this camo just is missing a lot. This is honestly pretty similar to Chrome, but again, I just don't really think this camo looks all that good. It's not bad by any means, but it's definitely the worst out of this really strong bunch. Coming in at the number 15 spot is going to be Spinal Husk. This is a camo on the Modern Warfare 2 guns from Modern Warfare Zombies. In my opinion, this camo doesn't really seem like a mastery camo. I mean, it has this really nice red and black, almost like a gator skin, sort of like a luxury bag almost. But in my opinion, this just isn't as shiny or as flashy as what I think a mastery camo should be. Don't get me wrong, this camo is honestly more clean than Platinum, which is why I think it's deserving of a higher spot than Platinum. And also because it's a lot less tedious to do. For this camo, you just need to get pack-a-punch kills and zombies, which, I mean, you'll just be doing as you're playing the game. And in my opinion, this camo, like I said, does look cleaner than Platinum, but it's just missing a lot of what I think a mastery camo should be, which is why I'm placing it this low on the list here. Coming in at the number 14 spot, this is going to be Zircon Scale. This is the Modern Warfare 3 equivalent of Spinal Husk, and in my opinion, this camo does look better. It does look flashier, and it has a really nice red color to it, and you unlock it the same way, which that would be getting pack-a-punch kills with the guns. But in my opinion, this camo, just something about it seems off. I don't know if it's the scales that look kind of like greasy almost. I don't know if that's really the right word I'm looking for. Just the way light hits it sometimes makes it look really strange, and it kind of just ruins the camo almost for me, kind of in the same way like how the blurriness of Platinum does. It does have this really nice alternate texture with the black spots, and it has like this red spirally stuff, and that looks really nice, but the scales itself, it also kind of seems to lack any depth to it. Like, it doesn't really look like a scale texture. It just kind of looks like it was just like a flat sheet of paper that was just kind of stapled onto the gun. Again, it's not a bad camo by any means. There's just ones that I definitely prefer over this, and especially when it comes to the zombies camos, this one's just pretty weak in my opinion. Coming in at the number 13 spot is Arachnida from Modern Warfare Zombies for the Modern Warfare 2 guns. Now, I know my name is Mob Spider. I can make a really funny joke here and have this be at number 1, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really a huge fan of this camo. This camo definitely grew on me as I used it more, but I mean, it's just not that good in my opinion. So this camo has a black base, and it has spider webs and spiders around the camo, and it is animated, but it's animated very slowly, where it's kind of hard to tell at times. And also, I just think this camo has a lot of missed potential. I was talking to a couple friends about this camo, and I suggested that this camo should have like a glow-in-the-dark thing, kind of like those Halloween costumes with skeletons where they glow green. And I think this camo would have been really cool if it had something like that, where if you go in the dark, the spider webs glow green, or the spiders glow green or something. This camo is just really wasted potential in my opinion, and I just don't think it's all that good. Coming in at the number 12 spot, this is going to be Forge, which is basically Modern Warfare 3's equivalent to Platinum. And this camo basically fixes every problem I've had with Platinum. First of all, the challenges to unlock it are not nearly as irritating as the ones in Modern Warfare 2. There are a couple where you do have to get long shots, but they are very few and far between. But as for the camo itself, it is very reflective, and it's reflective on the entirety of the gun rather than just on select areas. And also with the hexagonal pattern, it is very sharp and very clean, and not a little bit of it is blurry. It just looks like such a clean camo, and this is how every Platinum camo should be. Obviously, I do think Diamond is always better, but a Platinum camo that looks like this honestly looks pretty damn great. But unfortunately, I just think that the other camos are better, so that's why it lands itself here on the list. So coming in at the number 11 spot, this is going to be Gold Ivory, and in my opinion, this camo does look really nice. There was actually a point in time where this was one of my favorite gold camos in all of Call of Duty, but it's kind of whimpered out on me for a couple of different reasons. First of all, while the gold does look incredibly shiny in certain lighting conditions on this camo, in others the gold almost looks black, so it's kind of hard to tell that this is even a gold camo at times. And also, I'm not really a huge fan of the accents, the black spots with the gold trim, just because the gold trim on those spots doesn't really look as like sparkly or shiny. I do really like the idea of having this camo sort of look like a museum wall or like a museum flooring, and it does look really nice, but in my opinion it just isn't that nice compared to some of the other camos we're going to see later on, so that's why it's going to end up here on the list. But this camo definitely was in my favorites for a while. It just kind of diminished on me over time. So coming in at the number 10 spot, and this is where we start getting into the camos that I would put in like S tier. I love all of these camos, but starting off is going to be Gilded, which is the Modern Warfare 3 version of gold. And this camo is very shiny. It does look fantastic. But the problem I have with this is there is a pattern on it, but sometimes it is very hard to tell through the shine. Like, the way the light hits it, it is pretty difficult to tell that there's actually a pattern on the camo sometimes. And it just looks very similar to the Modern Warfare 2 gold, and as much as I love that gold, I also like camos that are unique. And this one, again, while shiny and while it does have that pattern, it is kind of hard to tell, and I could just mistake this for Modern Warfare 2 gold at a glance. So that's why this one places here on the list. But I mean, honestly, with this top 10, it was pretty hard ranking them, and I could switch my opinions pretty much on the fly with all these camos. But as of right now, this is where it's going to be ranking on the list. So coming in at the number 9 spot, we have Polyatomic, and honestly, the placement of this might be controversial because a lot of people prefer this over Orion, but in my opinion, I think I like Orion just a little bit more. So this camo is like a purple crystallized sort of camo, and it does look very nice. But some of the problems I have with this camo, one of them is that for this camo, you needed to get headshots, and that was after all the long shot stuff, and again, it just kind of got repetitive, but at least with this camo, you could play however you wanted. Also, this camo is actually animated. It wasn't when it first came out, and honestly, it is still hard to tell sometimes that it's animated. It's not exactly always difficult to tell, but there are points where it is pretty difficult to tell that it is animated. I do really like the purple color, and I do like how when the light hits it, only some of the parts of the thing shine, almost like it is actually a crystal. And it does look really cool. And also, fun fact, this is the only mastery camo that I have on the riot shield. The game glitched when I was using it one game, and this is the only camo that I have on the riot shield, as you're about to see here soon. Like, I don't have gold or anything else for it, but I just think it's really funny that this is the only camo that I have unlocked for the riot shield, because I do not use the riot shield. I hate people that use it. But yeah, that's why this camo is here on the list. So, breaking the halfway spot, at number 8 we have Serpentinite, and this camo isn't actually as high as I thought it was going to be when this game first came out, because as much as I really like the idea with the gold cracks and how it's animated, the green on the camo is just way darker than I think it should be. I was hoping for a much more brighter shade rather than what we actually got, because there are certain lighting conditions where this camo, the back drop for it, instead of green, it just looks black, and then it just has like the gold cracks and stuff. This isn't a bad camo by any means, but it's just kind of lacking what I was expecting from it, so that's why it's going to end up here on the list. So coming in at the number 7 spot is going to be Golden Enigma. This camo is fantastic. The gold is very shiny, and also it's golden white, which is something we've never really seen with a gold camo before. A lot of the time it's either completely gold or there's black accents, so this is the first time we've had a golden white camo. And not to mention the other parts of the camo, the secondary texture where it is gold with the black accents, looks very nice, especially with some aftermarket parts, as you're about to see. Like for the TYR, it looks absolutely incredible. The gold is really shiny no matter what part of the gun it's on, and like I said before, gold and white is a very good color combination, and I'm shocked we haven't gotten a gold camo with this sort of combination before. And I'm pretty excited to see if they add any other like extra colors, maybe like a golden blue or something like that. But especially like here on the TYR where the gold is covering most of the gun, it looks absolutely incredible. But unfortunately there is another gold camo that I think is better than this, as you're about to see later on. But this is a very good gold camo, and I feel like this is a pretty good spot for the list. Coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be Orion from Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. So this camo was last year's mastery camo, but you can still use it in this game. And honestly, this camo was one of my favorite mastery camos for a long time. Like on some guns such as the MX Guardian, it looks absolutely amazing. But the problem is that while it does look amazing on some guns, there are others that I'm just not really a fan of it on. Such as the LMG here, it kind of has like those weird black or gray accents that I'm not really a huge fan of. But there are other guns that I think it looks amazing on. And another problem with it is it needs to be very specific light conditions in order for this camo to look really good. There are certain lighting conditions where this camo looks amazing, and then the minute you take it into the shadows, it just falls apart. So while this camo is awesome, and I actually really did enjoy the grind for this camo, I just don't think it's as good as it could be, and I'm going to be placing it here on the list. So, cracking into the top 5 now, this is going to be Gold from Modern Warfare 2. I absolutely love this camo. I love how it shines and how it covers the entirety of the gun. This isn't just my favorite gold camo in this game. This is my favorite gold camo in any Call of Duty. Yes, that is above Black Ops 1 and Cold War. In my opinion, this camo just looks fantastic, and it was really easy to obtain since they changed how the camo system worked with these two games, where now instead of needing to go for like 100 long shots or 100 headshots like another game, for this you had to do 4 really simple challenges and you pretty much got gold. This camo is very nice, and the reason it's number 5 though is because it lacks something that the other 4 camos have that are after this, which you will see. But this camo is really solid. I love this gold camo. It's one of my favorites in the entire series, but it can't really rank any higher, so it's on the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot, this is going to be Bioluminescent. I really like this camo way more than I was expecting it to. This has a very nice blue and black color scheme, but the reason it's so high on the list is because it glows in the dark. It really reminds me of Afterlife from Black Ops 2, and that's what these next 4 camos have in common. They all glow in the dark, and they all look fantastic in the dark. They're just the blue and the black really works well, and there's even slight hues of purple. And this is the zombies camo for the Modern Warfare 2 guns, by the way. And man, I honestly wasn't really expecting to like this camo or for it to be worth the grind, but no, I love this camo. I'm pretty shocked that this is the one that is probably the rarest out of the bunch, because not a ton of people are going to try and backtrack using the Modern Warfare 2 guns and zombies just to get this. But this camo was totally worth it, and I actually really do like it. Unfortunately though, there's just other camos that I think outclass this, so it's going to end up here on the list. But don't get me wrong, this camo is fucking amazing. I absolutely love it. Coming in at the number 3 spot, this is going to be Interstellar from Modern Warfare 3 for the multiplayer. This camo does look fantastic, and it does have a ton of colors to it, and it's very vibrant, and it's animated beautifully. But there is one thing that holds this camo back from being number 2 or number 1, and that's the alternate texture, the black parts that have like these little tiny glistens. In certain lighting conditions, it just kind of ruins the camo for me. Now, this is another camo that does glow in the dark, and it does have a pretty cool effect when it does glow in the dark, where the white little speckles glow due to them being stars, and then like you have the purple and pink parts glowing when you go in the dark. But in my opinion, this camo it's mostly the black accents that kind of just keep this camo from being one of my favorites. I feel like if they just made the entire camo that base texture with all of the different colors and making it super vibrant, and maybe if it did look better in certain lighting conditions. But as you can see, once you put some aftermarket parts on this camo, it just kind of ruins the camo for the most part, in my opinion, on some guns. So that's what's going to prevent this camo from placing any higher. I know a ton of people would have this camo at number 1, but in my opinion, it's just not really as good as the other 2 camos that are above it. So coming in at the number 2 spot, this is going to be Priceless. I really like how this camo looks, and I know a lot of people were kind of hating on this camo when it first came out, but I just really like it. It's this very nice blue and pink. While I'm not really a huge fan of the pink accents, I do really like how the blue looks and how it flows. It almost kind of looks like water in a way, and it just looks very nice in just about any lighting condition. This camo also does glow in the dark, and it has these blue like segments that glow, or like fragments I suppose, and those also look really nice. This camo is just a very nice looking camo no matter what lighting condition that you're in. And also, it's not really that hard to get. It's the camo below Interstellar. So honestly, if you want to if there's only a couple of guns that you really like and you want this camo on, you could honestly just stop here and not really have to go through the guns you dislike for Interstellar. It's just such a nice camo in my opinion, and unfortunately there is one camo that I think is better than this, but this is quite possibly one of my favorite mastery camos of all time. It just looks so nice and so clean. And finally, coming in at the number 1 spot, the best mastery camo in this game, it has to be Borealis. This is the final zombies mastery camo for the Modern Warfare 3 weapons, and I mean, just look at this camo. It's fucking beautiful. The blue, the purple, and even the accents, how it's just a darker shade of blue. It just looks absolutely amazing, and it's animated beautifully. It also glows in the dark and looks fantastic whenever it's in the dark, as you're seeing here. And you know, you also have the specs like Interstellar, but it's a lot more vibrant, and it just covers so much of the gun, and it just looks so good. And also, this camo wasn't a pain in the ass to grind. In fact, this was honestly the easiest out of the 4 mastery camo grinds, and it's just so worth it. If you haven't gotten this camo yet and you have the game, I would totally recommend going for it. It's super easy to do, and that's why this is going to be number 1 on the list. And there we have it. Those are the 16 mastery camos in this game, ranked from worst to best in my personal opinion. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think is the best mastery camo in this game? And are there any choices that you agree with, or do you disagree with my list? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitch, because I tend to stream there pretty frequently. I'm also probably going to do some YouTube live stuff pretty soon as well. But with that being said, guys, this was Mob Spider. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to leave a like and consider subscribing if you're new here. And I will talk to you all next time. Peace out.